It's a blessing to welcome on one of the top prospects in 2021, one of the hottest rising guys, and now one of the highest commits in Creighton history, TyTy Washington. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Pretty good, man. Well, this has been a wild journey for you. You've been blowing up recently, came to a top 10, and eventually narrowed it down to ultimate decision Creighton. How's it feel to be where you're at right now?
It feels really good. I mean, it just shows that some of the work I've been putting in is starting to pay off.
No doubt. Now let's kind of go through this journey because you weren't always this guy that everyone knows. This has been a long journey for you. So let's go back. I mean, you're in middle school, heading to high school, choose Cesar Chavez, and you're a pretty well-known guy in Arizona. What went into the original decision to go to Cesar Chavez?
I just wanted to go somewhere where, like, the team, where it would be like opportunity for me to be like the man, and the team like didn't suck or any of that stuff. So it was like, and they were fresh off of a Final Four. They were fresh off of a Final Four, and my cousin Rodney, he coached there. He's a JV coach there, so he was in my ear a little bit. And then that's what just made me and Ricardo just really go there. We just wanted to play together with a decent team.
And for us growing up in Arizona, we know you, Ricardo, Osa, Dalen, a lot of you guys grew up playing together in the same team. But for you and Ricardo to be able to go to the same high school, what was that like?
It was pretty good. I mean, like you said, we just been playing with each other growing up, so it was just like us playing with each other on the same travel team through middle school. Just us going to the same high school meant a lot. Like it was just we wanted to stay real connected with each other, and our chemistry was just really good for us in the program.
Your first 2 years, you dealt with a few different injuries. We're missing quite a few games there. How'd you keep on pushing through that and getting through to the end of your sophomore year?
I really started taking my body serious. Like my sophomore year summer, that's when I really like started focusing on my body, started working out a lot with my cousin, just doing the little things, trying to like get hip mobility, stretching, just the little stuff to prevent injuries.
Following that sophomore year, you're heading into junior season. That's when stuff started coming in. You got a few offers then. You got the ASU team camp, and you got the ASU offer. When you started getting some attention, what was that like?
Um, it was pretty good actually because I've just been working for a long time and I was just happy that someone started to take notice.
And that was a big situation. We know there's prep schools in Arizona. You ultimately chose Easy Compass. What's that about them, and why did you want to go to Easy Compass?
I just felt I just felt that the AG Compass program was just because from just watching them play from like a few years back when they were just like barely starting up, just watching them and just watching Coach Pete just like build that team and built that program. Um, and just building a relationship with him and always having a relationship with Coach Gibson. I just felt like that was the best program that would fit me, and I just felt like Coach Pete, with the type of person he is, he could do his best to get me to the next level.
Now, before you went out there was the big show game. Justin Vargas held that where all the other 2021 Arizona guys, he has played Compass and beat them. Take us to that game.
That game, it was fun. I mean, it was a really hype game because AZ Compass was like the hottest thing.
Mhm.
At the time, they had like Frankie, all these well-known players, all these good, talented players, and it was just like we wanted to see. Everybody wanted to see like if Arizona high school hoopers, AIA hoopers are really like talented versus other national top players or just Arizona high schoolers. And I just felt like we just went out there, we just competed. It was a good game from both sides, and I just felt like towards the end we started making huge plays down the stretch to get us to win.
And down the stretch, it really turned into a one-on-one battle. You and Primo were going at that. I think both of you guys were in the 30s after that game. What was that just matchup like?
It was a good matchup. It was my second time matching up with him. After the first time I matched up with him over in Peach Jam, when I was with Vegas Elite, he was with you play. We matched up. And then just playing him again, it's always a good time playing against Primo. I mean, he's a real talented player. I know he's going to do good in the SEC at Alabama.
There was a dynamic duo on that team. You, DaRon Holmes. We know how much you guys kept trying to play with each other, rather be at Easy Compass for this past season. We're going to play with each other. Team why not if COVID didn't hit. But what was that connection like, and how special could you guys have been if you guys were ever able to team up?
The connection there is really good for for two people who never really like played with each other a whole lot, we really connect well. I mean, I think it's just we both know how to play basketball at a high level. We're both unselfish, so it's just like we just love each other's games. No matter if we're on the same team or not, it's always all love. So I think that's why we really do good together. I feel like he the king of the compass, and thing, man. So I gotta say, if he the king of the compass, man. So I have to say, but yeah, we talked about teaming up a whole bunch. We talked about teaming up for an AAU. We got that done, but unfortunately, the pandemic came.
Mm-hmm.
But we tried to get it done for high school, but he went to Montverde. He's out there doing big things. We tried to get it done a little bit for college, but not too much. Because at the end of the day, we just both have to do what's best for us and our families. And I just can't wait for both of us to get to the next level.
And that's something unique about both of you guys. You guys both had high-level offers from high majors all over the country. Both of you guys chose to go this big school route, maybe not the blue blood, maybe not the biggest school possible. And you guys both became now potentially the #1 overall highest recruit in program histories. So that both of you guys are creating this new wave. What's like seeing that?
I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, it's not really always about the name or whatnot. It's just words about opportunity and where they need you, not where you want. That's where I think kids mess up at. They get caught up in these top school names where it's like other people's already there in your position, so you're just going to waste a year to redshirt or something, and just them not knowing what's the difference between the wants and the needs. Like go somewhere where you're needed, not wanted, and that's where I just felt like Creighton was for me. I felt like Coach McDermott, he expressed on his feelings about how he needs me there, and I just felt like that was home for me.
When was Creighton really start getting involved with you? Like when did they really start pushing up the recruitment for you?
I think after our last tournament was in March. I think after that, I think somewhere around March we started talking, and just through the whole COVID situation, I talked with Coach McDermott and Coach Huss every day. Every day, me and Coach McDermott talked. I was either heading to the gym, leaving the gym, or I was in the gym. So it was just like I just stayed in contact with them consistently through the whole process.
Absolutely. And I want to talk about that breakout's time for you. I mean, you weren't necessarily the biggest prospects out there. You weren't the hottest guy following the grind session, but you had a big time showing. You, Frankie, were out there. We know all the guys that graduated as well. But what was it like getting chemistry with that team? And what was last year like?
Last year was pretty good. I mean, when I first transferred over, I didn't know like what to really expect because like I was traveling during high school season, and like that's not common for Arizona teams or AIA teams. So it was like me traveling and all this other stuff, playing against people I never knew, and just seeing like talent night in, night out. That right there was just a big jump in my game line, just coming over to the grind session. But as far as our team was last year, I think our team was last year, we were super athletic. We were bigger than our team this year. We had it's just like the size we were just bigger. I was bigger and stronger than the team we have this year.
And that is a hard adjustment. Anyone that takes the national stage or the prep level, it's hard, and especially going mid-season, it's even harder. But you got it pretty custom. You're playing at a pretty good level right out of the gate. Who were some of your favorite matchups to go up against last year?
Last year, some of my favorite matchups were I like playing against Posh and Dylan from Our Savior. They were really tough because I didn't know who when I first transferred over. They kept saying Our Savior, and like they kept saying their guards, but like I really didn't know who they were. So just playing against them the first time, just seeing like they're the truth. Like why haven't I heard about them before? Just continue to watch them play through a grind session, just playing against them and stuff. Those were really fun matchups. And also playing against Dacian Nix as well. You see he's in the G League now. Just playing against him. I played against him the first time my sophomore year. And just watching him grow over the course of the time is amazing.
He is someone that you do play a little bit like. You guys both can score, but also you guys have a big passing aspect to both you guys' games. And I know when you're in game mode, you're obviously going at him, trying to compete with him. But also you can kind of learn some stuff from guys. What were some things you learned from Dacian they started applying to your game?
I just watched how I like the way how he changed his change of speed and just how he uses his body to get to the rim, and I like the way he finishes. I think in that class he probably finishes top 3 in that class because his finishing ability around the rim, just how he used both, he's able to use both hands. He could dunk. So I just watched the little things like that, just how he uses the backboard and all that.
How did you get so accustomed to it? How were you able to come out there and play at a pretty high level while coming in midseason and playing national stage? And when did that kind of click for you? When did you truly feel comfortable playing at that level?
So after just after our first, so my first came over. My first game was against Our Savior, and they played really fast paced, and it was just a shot clock. So just getting accustomed to the knowing the time on the shot clock, and just really getting up to the pace of the game, which was kind of fast. Just once I got my legs under me, just being able to recognize the time on the clock, that's when things started really clicking for me.
That is the big debate. Everyone keeps saying the shot clock. And you come from AIA, and we know there's no shot clock there. Guys do like holding the ball a lot, especially at the high school level in AIA. Is that something you think that needs to be applied? Does shot clock need to be in AIA and just all schools general?
Yeah, I think so. Just some fact of it prepares. I think it prepares everyone for the next level because I mean, I'm pretty sure every high school hooper wants to go to the next level and play college, which is either Division One, JUCO, any of that. They just want to go to the next level and play. And all next level has shot clock, so I think all high schools around the world should have it, just to get their kids accustomed and not to trying to hold the ball, dribble for so long. It just makes the game a lot faster and adds more possessions to the game.
And you look back at your career, when was the point you started realizing that you have this potential? You can be a guy that's one of the top guys in the country and even maybe the best player in the country.
My sophomore year summer, like back in I say around June-ish. That's when I really started. That's when I started taking care of my body, like I said earlier, and just that's when I really started like being determined to be the best. Because at first, I was just doing everything based off of talent.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona's not really known for having really good guys out here, so it was just everything I was doing based off of talent. But I knew if I wanted to become like one of the best in the country, it was going to take more than just having talent. So I just changed the way I eat, just changed the way I did a lot of stuff. So that's when I really figured out I could be really good.
And we're expecting for you to be in the top 30, or at least a lot higher than you're ranked right now when rankings start updating. But why do you think it's taken this long? Why do you think it's taken so long for the national media to start giving you the attention and respect you deserve?
I think, I mean, I really don't know because I really don't pay too much about the rankings. When they come out, I just look, see who's ahead of me, and that's it. I just go about my day. But I just think it kind of took a long time because you know I don't jump the highest. I'm not the fastest, not the strongest. So I think that's what I'm not one of the most hyped on the internet or any of that stuff. So I think that's what it really was. Just people were just going off of what people think. That's what I really think it came down to.
And about a year before you blew up, I think it was heading to junior year, I started saying it, and a lot of guys like Kamar, a lot of people started saying that you've got a lot of talent. You are going to be one of the best players in the state, maybe in the entire country. And all of a sudden, started turning around. We saw that you could score at a high clip, but you still were passing a lot last season. Then comes this upcoming year, and we see you take over scoring wise as well, averaging 30 plus points per game, ranked number one guy in the grind session. What's led to this big breakout?
I think for me, just time. I think only time was going to tell what I could really do. And I think just the position I'm in right now actually is because like everybody around the world is still shut down and all that. So with the grind session being open, I think that's where everybody's attention is really focused on right now because they can't see high school hoops anywhere else. So, and I just think just how we built our team this year. I think everything is set up perfect for not just only myself, but for everybody who came. I think everybody who came is good. At the end of the season, going to reach their individual goals, and we're just going to come together and reach our team goal, which is the one the Grind Session Championship.
Absolutely. And there is one thing everyone starts seeing your scoring and they're praising that. but you're not just a scoring guard. You pass at about 8 or 9 assists per game. And I think you're one of the, if not the best passer in the entire country. Take us through your passing game and how you learned to balance both these aspects.
Well, growing up, I used to pass way more than I used to score because, like, I used to be the youngest playing up. So, like, my dad and my cousin, Marvin, he started a team. They started a team together called Phoenix Family. So it was me, Marvin Bagley, Marcus Bagley, a few other guys, just all on the same team. And I was like the youngest, so just playing with them, it was just like, Marvin was the biggest out there. So just getting to the rim, dumping off to him, just having a good IQ at a young age just really carried a long way. So I just like I really never lost the ability for me to pass. Just growing up, it just kind of shifted to me just becoming more comfortable scoring the ball. So it was just like whenever I do make like a fancy pass, like it just second nature to me because like I was used to doing it as a kid. I just never lost it.
And discussing Arizona basketball, it's this new wave, which is probably the best wave AZ's ever seen before. Marvin kind of led this whole passion, this whole new group. And now we see DT, we see yourself, DaRon, Marcus Bagley's big time. A lot of the guys starting to rise up, and these are guys that aren't just college players. You guys are potential pro players down the road. How special is it seeing this new rise of Arizona basketball?
It's very special. I mean, I kind of got I kind of on both sides of it as
Mhm.
far as like the Marvin and like Marvin and DaRon type of situation. So like I could say because I grew up around Mike Bibby Jr.,
Mhm.
Jalen House, Javon. Like I grew up around all of them. So just being able to play with and play against those guys, just just helped a lot. And just as they grow older and as I'm growing older, just being around Dalen, DaRon, Marcus, everybody that's closer to my age, just seeing how we all just grew up together, battling each other, how our relationship just all came close. It's just really good.
Now, what does the future of Arizona basketball hold? I know you and True family, my brother, a lot of different young guys. What's the future of Arizona hold?
Future Arizona is in really good hands. I mean, we got in the Compass program, we got really two. I think we got two top five kids. 2023 under. Actually, I think we got two of the top five kids in the underclassmen in Arizona. We got Landon and we got Kevin. And
Mhm.
then, we still got the junior class as well is pretty good. I mean, next year I think Compass will be fine. They're gonna have Sada back, still have a Drame, Duke, Nate, Mackay. Um, I'm trying to work on getting True over there, but doubt if that happens anytime soon. But I mean, Arizona should still be straight because there's still a lot of talent creeping up behind. I mean, I still go to the gyms on weekends, watch local games. I mean, you got like younger kids, you got like the House Twins, my brother, Tay, you got Koa. It's just like everybody's just working. Everybody out here is just working and wants to be the best, and you could tell.
Absolutely. Let's get into your whole recruiting process now. As I mentioned, it's been a long one. You came down to a top 10, I believe the end of July, early August, somewhere around there, and features LSU, ASU, Ole Miss, a lot of different schools in the mix there. What went into the schools making that top 10?
For me, it was just the schools I felt that I could really go in and just play right away and have a good impact. And I felt like the schools I put on my team were the top 10 schools I could see myself playing and just making a huge impact and just having having a good academic system as well.
Now, you personally didn't mark it down anymore. You kept it at the 10, but who really was coming down to the wire for you?
Coming down to the wire, it was really San Diego State, Illinois, and Creighton. It was them three. Uh, them three. Like I talked to them like at least out of the 7 days, at least six.
Mhm.
And that's just the head coach and the assistant coach. So it was just like them three, the night in, night out, they were just expressing how much they wanted me. They were sending me game film on players they wanted me to come in, players that are leaving, and they wanted me to come in just see similarities in my game and stuff like that.
I know it really was up to the wire until you really knew who you're going to go to. What was the turning point? When did you know that Creighton was the school you're going to be attending?
I kind of knew like last minute actually.
Mhm.
It just really just came down to fit. I mean, when I went out there to Omaha, like I seen everything. I got the full experience. So it was just like, and then the other two, I really didn't get like the full experience. So I didn't want to like go there and I not really know what to expect. So I knew the reason I chose Creighton was because like I really knew what I was getting was gonna be like going to and getting into and all that. And it's just the fans. I felt like the Creighton fans was just more. I feel like their environment was the best environment out of all the videos and stuff I seen on the other schools. I just felt like the energy they bring to the games would be well, I would be able to feed off of that.
And we know COVID's pretty much shut down most fits, if not all of them. How are you able to get that opportunity, and what was it like just seeing the campus and seeing what you're able to see of it?
So I took a tour of the campus with the administration.
Mm-hmm.
And I went out there. I just really wanted to see like the academic piece. I know they're really good in the medicine field and the business field as well. So I just really wanted to get to see those departments and all that. And just them showing me the outside and everything. It was just peaceful and quiet. And that's why I just really chose them. Cause I know with me going there, there's nothing I could do besides focus on basketball and get my schoolwork done.
There's one school that wasn't your top 10, didn't make that final group for you. ASU, we know that could have been staying home. You mentioned Marcus Bagley. We know Holland's out there, Jalen House, a lot of AZ guys. How big of a appeal was that, and when did they kind of fall out of the mix?
Uh, they kind of fell out the mix like back in like October-ish. That's when I just kind of felt like the relationship wasn't there anymore. It was just like kind of fading away. The conversation started to get a bit dry. So I was just like, I don't want to like force anything. I just wanted to go where I was needed and not want to.
And this will be a different climate for you. Nebraska, you've grown up in Arizona your whole life. Nebraska's going to be a little bit colder during the winters. It's going to be a little bit more isolated, not big of a city. How do you plan to adjust to that?
I think I mean, it's not too far from home. It's like 2 hour flight. So I know if I get homesick or anything, my mom and dad, they'll come out, they'll fly out to see me. As far as the climate change, I know it's gonna get really cold, but I mean, I talked to Coach McDermott. He was like, I'm not gonna be outside that often. So just trust him on his word. Hopefully, I don't freeze my feet off.
Absolutely. Now, the relationship with the coach is obviously the most critical thing, or one of the most critical pieces. And Coach McDermott has got a lot of guys to the NBA over the past few years, and he's going to be now get his probably most likely his highest commit ever. What can he has accomplished together?
I think we're gonna accomplish a lot of things together because like he had other good guards than me, like Marcus and Tyshawn, and he sees similarities in me and both of them. So it's like he's seeing it in both of them into one person, and I'm bigger than both of them. So it's like I know, and the kind of coach he is, I know he's gonna have a lot of stuff, a lot of plays ran for me, a lot of plays where like I'm a decoy, where I'm like setting somebody else up. So I'm gonna just trust whatever he has to set up for me.
What's his plan for you? Because probably you've been talking a lot. What does he kind of see you and expect from you your freshman year?
He wants me to come in. He wants me to come in and be ready right away. He wants me to just put the work in. He wants me to come off. He wants me to just come in, just be ready, just play my type of game. He wants me to. He wants to put me in a lot of ball screens to create for myself or for others. He wants to run me off like stagger screens, pin downs. So he just wants me to play with the ball and off the ball.
You will be in the Big East, a great conference. How excited we will be able to be part of that?
It'd be very exciting. I know like the Big East, it's a really good conference. I mean, it's more like the East Coast. So just like playing over there, I never really played over there growing up. So it'd be really fun.
Out of all the teams in that conference, who are you most excited to go play against?
Um, Probably, let's see. To be honest, I'd probably say Seton Hall because like every year they're or probably Villanova because Villanova is pretty tough every year. So I like playing against the best of the best. So yeah, Villanova.
And I'm not sure how the schedule will align, but there's some Arizona guys you're close to. We mentioned the ASU guys and Arizona guys, but DaRon out there and Dan, Osa out there, Marquette. What would it be like if you ever played those guys?
Oh, actually, I would play Osa because he goes to Marquette and they're in the Big
Mhm.
East. So, I think it'd be pretty fun because like just seeing. I think the best part was just seeing like how how we both look in the future because like we grew up with each other.
Mhm.
Osa's super tall, scrawny kid. Me, fat and chubby. So just seeing each other on the court in a few years, just seeing how much muscle, how just how we look, just our appearance and all that. Just seeing the work we put in is going to be real cool.
Now you do join two other guys out there in Creighton and Ryan and John, but you guys are probably not done yet. There's a lot of guys you guys are in the mix for right now. Mason Miller's in the mix, Hunter Salas, Blake Wesley. Are you looking at some of those guys, and what would it be like to add those guys possibly into your recruiting class?
Yeah, right now I'm working on trying to get Mason to join us. He was my teammate out here when he came in the Pangos camp. I've known Mason for a few years now, just through AAU. Like I met him back in like 8th grade when we played each other when I was on Team Harden and he was on Hoop City and he was just like lefty, just out there spraying threes. So I just followed him throughout his high school career and just when he came out here, I was just in his ear the whole time, like just like seeing what he was thinking.
Mhm.
Like, hey, you like what's your thought on Creighton and all that? And after I committed, once I committed to Creighton, he was the first person I texted, like, yo, we like, come on, bro, we need to get this done. So I know he's gonna make his decision really soon. So only time could tell what he's gonna do.
Now we already saw one dual form from Pangos. Trey decided to go out there with Jabari. How special would it be though if Mason comes and joins you and Ryan and John? What could you guys accomplish?
We can accomplish a lot of things. I mean, we our skill sets are all a little bit different, so we could all bring a lot to the team.
Mhm.
I know one common thing about us four, we could all shoot it. So it's like between us four, I know if we're all in together. Coach Mike is gonna just spread us all out and just create plays and create opportunities for each other. And I know with us four being able to shoot, I know if I throw one of them a pass, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna make it.
I don't know if you knew him prior to meeting him the other night, but you and John were able to see each other at the grind session. Was that your first time talking, or how did that relationship start forming?
So like Mason, I met him. I met John actually like well, I didn't like really meet him, but like I knew of him back in like the 7th grade when
Hmm.
just him playing with I forgot his Seattle team. I think they were Seattle Warriors, and I was on West Coast, and it was like I followed him through like high school and all that. So just seeing him commit there, and just me going there, I just know the relationship we already have through basketball. I know is going to continue to get better, and the chemistry is just going to continue to get better as well.
And we did mention that you were kind of up until the very end with committing. Did you get a chance to call Coach McDermott prior to you committing, or did you kind of find out through the post?
No, I called him. I called him before I committed. I called him and told him I was coming.
What was his reaction?
He screamed. He screamed on the phone. I was like, I was like, "What's up, coach?" And we were just talking, and I was like, "Coach, I'm ready to become a Blue Jay." And he just started screaming, and he was like, "That's the best birthday present I had in a long time." Because his birthday is the 25th, and
Mhm.
that's like when the season first opened. So he was like, "Nah, I don't need a birthday present." And then we just started talking about all the special stuff we're going to do together.
And you commit on your birthday as well. How important was it for you to commit on your birthday?
It was very important. I mean, unfortunately, this is my first birthday with my great grandfather not here, so it was just like kind of doing this for him. I mean, I lost my other one 2 years ago as well, so it's just like I'm kind of just doing all this for both of them.
I know you're also strong in faith, and you talk about that a lot. You post about it. Take us through how God's helped you through those scenarios, and just how God's helped get you to the point you're at today.
God helped me a lot. I mean, like my sophomore year, that's when adversity really hit. Like I had a few incidents, so it was just like ever since then, it was just like I've been thanking God. I've been going to God, praying. I pray nighttime, early mornings, just just reading verses of the Bible, just thanking Him for the position He has me in. Because I felt like everybody else was in my position, they would have been folded or quit. So I'm just thankful for Him always pushing me to become the best.
A lot of guys grew up in it. They might not even be passionate about basketball, but a lot of kids go through stuff like you've gone through growing up. What's your advice to them to be able to stay on that path and be able to trust God and be able to go through whatever they're going through?
For me, mom would be just surround yourself with people who got the same goals as you.
Mhm.
Stay connected to your family and your faith. Stay level headed, humble. Do your schoolwork, and just work on perfecting your craft.
Absolutely, man. Well, a few more things before I let you go. One is I was like wrapping up discussing legacy. So when you're all done playing at Creighton, you're done playing wherever you go play professionally and you step away from basketball. What do you ultimately want your legacy to be?
My legacy, I just want to be, the best to ever come out of Arizona. At the end of the day, I think that's what I want my legacy to come down to. Like, I just want people who grew up watching me, younger than me or older than me, just to be like, yeah, TyTy Washington, he was the truth. I just want my name to live through Arizona, even if I'm not here no more.
And what do you want your legacy to be for off the court?
Yeah, actually, I want to do what LeBron's doing. I want to be able to. I want to come back to Arizona and build schools for kids who, you know, kids who can't afford to get into school and all that stuff. I just want to be able to come back and help the community.
Absolutely, man. One final thing for you. Give Creighton fans your three biggest goals you have set for your Creighton career.
For me, I want to win conference. I want to win a conference for sure, and I won a national championship. And my last goal for the fans. Let's see. My last goal for the fans. I want to make the most threes in a season. I know that's gonna be hard because a lot of shooters went there. No, never mind. That's too hard. That's too hard. I was gonna say, yeah, that's way too hard. Let's see. For me, I say my last goal, player of the year, player in the Big East. I think that's a good goal.
Without a doubt, man. Well, congratulations once again, man. And I can't wait to see what guys got next for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Of course, y'all's welcome on, man. God bless.
Yes, sir.